absolutely nuts. Canada bringing it right back over. France wasn't able to capitalize on the shatter, and suddenly Canada on the verge of going up 2 maps to 0. Look at AKM though, holding on to the grab, can even touch a point in time. France gotta get the payload. They do. AKM looking for the grab, doesn't want to get eaten, drops the grab, picks up 4. Ball throw, you there? No, not quite yet. Unco looking for the XQC, making room. France struggling. It's not enough. Canada gonna take back 2.
Well, I would say that that's like the magic of Blizzcon, right? Like, this is an event that like a lot of people will actually fly down for. They'll like travel to the US just for this, you know, huge gaming convention. And so there's probably like a lot of Canadians there who are actually cheering for us, and you know, it means the world to us, obviously.
As soon as we come out of that match, you know, we had to go do our press conference, which was, you know, people trying to collect their thoughts after what was one of the toughest losses I know I've ever experienced. So it was kind of hard to do that. But then as soon as we went back to the practice room and we were all sitting around together as a team, we were told that, hey, we have a meet and greet at the T-Mobile booth. And you know, everyone was really still down and out. But we did go over and we went over and met a bunch of fans. It's been a while since not only has it been a while since I've played on stage, it's been a while since I've come off a stage after a loss. And I remember during the Overwatch League season how much the fans and like seeing their support and like seeing them come out and smile and tell you, you know, you did fine even though you didn't do fine. But just hearing that, it helps a lot, and seeing that at the T-Mobile booth, I mean, like I said, when I went to the booth, I was very sad, and when I left the booth, I was less sad, so that was nice.
Is that a submission from LiNkzr?
Yeah, so this is something that I have been doing in competitive. So you actually teleport everybody to the point, yeah, and you get behind them. It's pretty nasty. There's 0 time to react to that.
Oh my, they're all on the point already. And Veltel is taken down straight away. Now, LiNkzr's teleport is done, but it's only needed to be one way in this particular case. They're definitely not pressing S. They're not backing away at all.
It's super funny. I never actually thought a professional caliber team would use that strategy, but I think we were playing a few games, like maybe it was a week or so, and we kind of ran the same thing, but we ran a Bastion just because.
Definitely would have used that as any indication that any player in their right mind would want to use it in a competitive match, but here we are.
I love the experience. Like I went back for Finland for a month. You know, got my Finnish pools, my Finnish streets, my Finnish amenities, basically. It was really fun. You know, like I like playing with like all the Team Finland guys. I like working with them. They're all really fun people to hang out and play the game with. I feel like even though we lost, we did better than last year. So it's like a small improvement, and I always feel very nostalgic when I'm playing with the guys.
From the start of Overwatch World Cup, like the first season, I kind of like thought like, you know, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get on Team Canada one day. The second World Cup, it was like so close. Like the World Cup roster, the second year, was finalized like maybe like a month before we made our run on FNRGFE before the Overwatch League through contenders, and I felt like that was like, you know, that was what I needed to kind of become like in the Tier 1 Overwatch scene. From then on, it was like, all right, I'm going to represent Team Canada. Like that's my goal. You know, other than winning Overwatch League, obviously. You know, it felt really nice, or felt really great to be part of Team Canada.
I attended Blizzcon last year as a spectator, so I watched World Cup, so I kind of had an understanding of what it would look like and what it would feel like. Like, it's very, very different being in the middle of the stadium with like people around you 360, instead of just like where Overwatch League people are directly in front of you. It's a lot of a different kind of pressure. So coming into it, I knew it would be something a lot bigger. Having those expectations helped me like take it in before the fact, so when I was actually sitting on the stage, it like wasn't as bad because I just focused on the monitor and kind of forgot about everything else.
I want to highlight Bani, one of my teammates, really playing impressively well on Lucio, a character that he spoke about having to sort of learn and catch up on for the World Cup, having not been experienced as a main Lucio player before.
Well, I mean, ZP definitely helped me a lot because we practiced for like about a week before the first group stage. So ZP's experience, he was able to help me a lot and just like, you know, give me some tips and help out with some of the technical aspects of casting. I mean, definitely it feels weird, mostly because when you're playing, it's like very, very intense and you're so focused that, you know, other things don't really matter. Like you're just super focused on the games and who's winning and losing, and even other teams, it's like, if they win or lose, you're only thinking about the strategic outcome. Like, oh, that team's hard for us to beat, so we're glad that they lost to this other team. because we can beat that other team a little bit easier. But being a caster is like you can just kind of enjoy the event as a fan, and it was kind of cool to just see that side of esports and just enjoy it, you know, enjoy the competition and be glad that the matches are good rather than being glad that Team A won or Team B won. Like even when the USA lost, I was like, oh, sad, because I was hoping those guys, you know, would do well. But at the same time, it doesn't even compare to when you're actually playing and you lose. I don't know if it really has any impact on my desire to play. I like playing Overwatch. I like being a professional player, being an esports player. But it's just for me, casting is just something I would probably do if that weren't available to me. Like I still would rather play more than cast, but I don't know if this experience had any impact on my desire to play or cast in particular. I feel like it was just like an experiment that I was doing to see how I would like it, like just to try out another job, to see if it was something I would like in the future. Because I know part of it is because no matter how much you like being a pro player, it's only going to last a few years because that's just how it goes. Not really. I mean, I just kind of a whim. I wanted to test it out in the off season. I wanted to try because I've been thinking about it a bit throughout the season, but just felt like the only time we really have a chance to try something new as a pro Overwatch League player is during the off season. So I figured, you know, hey, let's do it during this off season. I don't really have to play in the World Cup. It doesn't really matter. What I was happy to learn was that I actually enjoyed it. Right, that there's another career that I could really enjoy besides being a pro player. Like that, because that's not something I'd always been sure about. You know, sometimes I'd felt that I really only want to be a pro player, but you know, a casting team seems fun. So when I do retire, whenever that is, whenever I'm not good enough to play anymore, then I'll just go cast. And it's nice to have like a backup plan.
Jake, I have greatly enjoyed casting you for this time, and I got to ask, for all the people at home, what's next for you?
I'm just really excited to be playing with the Houston Outlaws again next year. A lot of people have asked me what I'm going to be doing. Am I going to go full-time caster? And I say not yet. I've got some more games to play.
But this is good for the offense. Bani in the back, close to Transcends, might be able to use it to finish it out. But ideally, Jake, he'd like to save it as Canada now is grinding down this French defense.
Bani absolutely free farming here on point. That's 3 for Bani, gets a 4th, lighting it up and celebrating.
You know, I had a pretty big role in like just working with Jane and like, you know, helping figure out our play styles and stuff like that as the kind of in-game leader. It's been a pleasure working with all of my teammates, XQC, Agilities, Sure4, Note, Crimzo, Mangachu. They're all exceptional players and I learned so much from them, so I'm really glad I got the opportunity.
Going on stage and being as excited as you were, and then coming off stage and seeing that, like, how much just taking a few breaths and saying take it easy would have helped. After experiencing that once, it's not something you're ever going to really fail to again. That's not gonna happen again. I'm not gonna go on a stage with Outlaws and hear everyone be excited. I'm gonna remember Blizzcon and be like, yo guys, chill.
I learned something. I feel like every time I work under Zeta, like working Overwatch, but like working for World Cup and like stuff like that, I always feel like I learned something. And I think like as a player, I branched out a bit, you know, I played Zarya more again. I used to play Zarya back like ages ago too, and I played Brigitte, you know, like I didn't play your typical, you know, video pew-pew, like kill everyone, try to win the game. I learned more about like teamwork, team play, and like being a part of a unit kinda. Like that's what kind of tanks is actually. And it's like how to win the games on the macro level more.
I think leading on Team Canada will transfer a lot to the Outlaws in Season 2 because I could have been doing that the whole time for the Outlaws. Like I could have been doing that from Stage 1 of Season 1, but I just wasn't like good enough at it yet. I didn't realize how important that was and how much the team needed it and stuff like that. So going into Season 2, I'm definitely going to be continuing to lead like I did in Team Canada. You know, just use all of that experience that I gained from them and use that for Season 2 of the Overwatch League.
But Sure4, he's so good, but you might have just cursed him here. Let's see what he does. The defensive matrix in his face, but you look at Sure4, such patience. Barrier coming up. He's waiting on the ground and goes for the safe option. No, self-destruct, looking for it. Haven't seen this movie before. Cruz goes down. Canada on their way to a medal. They just need a little bit more overtime ticking down, and Canada has done it.
The UK was actually like a really good team, you know, like they deserved their win over Team US. So managing to beat them in the 3rd place match actually meant a lot, I think. We were both, you know, giving it our all. Neither team was, you know, just trolling around after they lost the semifinal.
What's next for me? Go back to what I was doing before Blizzcon and grind until my eyes bleed. Just back to practicing all the time. I mean, I'm streaming a lot again since I have I never really had a break, unlike other players who weren't doing World Cup, because you know this entire time has been a break. I don't really want much of a break after that loss, to be honest, so I'm just going to go back to streaming all the time. Outlaws, we did our first scrim yesterday. We have a few more scrims. We have scrims scattered around throughout weeks, and I'm excited for that and just ready to play again.
So season 2, you know, our scrims are just starting. We're going to start practicing, you know, go all out, getting ready for the next season, and I guess that's going to be the majority of our lives for the next like 3 months until the season starts.
I want to practice with Outlaws, obviously. Try to make an Outlaws that, like, we showed a lot of potential. We had a lot of really good games season 1, but I just want to have like a consistent Outlaws, you know, like an Outlaws team that you know when they go on the stage, you know that they're gonna do well, you know that they're always gonna show their best on stage. I wanna chill a bit because I still have time to chill, and I wanna stream.